Hello there, and welcome to the Sleepy Fact Realm. Tonight, we drift into the quiet heart of our home in the universe, the Milky Way. This is Fall Asleep to the Secrets of the Milky Way, a relaxing science sleep story, a soft journey through time and starlight, where science becomes poetry and curiosity feels like calm. Before cities had names, before clocks divided night from day, the Milky Way was already here. A silver river painted across the darkness, flowing with memories of creation itself. Every sparkle you see above you is a sun. Every sun carries its own worlds, its own stories, its own quiet gravity pulling us all together. The galaxy is not just out there, it is within us. The iron in your blood, the calcium in your bones, the carbon in your breath, all were born in the hearts of long-forgotten stars. When they burned out, they became the seeds of everything that now breathes, thinks, and dreams. So tonight, as you listen, let the Milky Way remind you that you are part of something vast, gentle, and eternal, not lost in space, but carried by it. If you enjoy these quiet journeys through science and sleep, I invite you to like, subscribe, or leave a gentle thought below. It helps this small corner of the cosmos stay bright and helps others find their way here, one sleepy soul at a time. Now take a deep breath and let go. Let the stars hum softly in the background as we begin our voyage through the secrets of the Milky Way. Before the first sunrise, before any sound was ever heard, there was only the quiet breath of the universe. In that stillness, something began to stir, a whisper among the cold hydrogen seas, a tender gathering of dust and light. Over billions of patient years, tiny clouds of gas began to fall toward one another, not in chaos, but in rhythm, as if the universe itself was humming a lullaby. From that slow and ancient dance, our home galaxy, the Milky Way, was born, a soft spiral of starlight, stretching across more than 100,000 light years, turning ever so slowly in the dark ocean of space. Its arms, graceful and endless, sweep through the void like silk ribbons in cosmic wind. Each curve holds countless stars, young ones burning blue and bold, old ones glowing faintly, like fading embers in the night. And through it all, a quiet hum of gravity keeps them bound together, a music too deep for human ears, but not too deep for the soul to feel. Somewhere along one of those spiral arms, in a quiet corner not far from the galactic heart, our sun found its place. Just one star among hundreds of billions, circling the center in a journey that takes 230 million years, a single orbit through eternity. As we sit here tonight, perhaps with a cup of coffee in hand, watching the world grow still, we too are moving, riding the slow current of this galactic sea. We may not feel it, but every breath we take happens inside a galaxy that spins with silent grace. Think about that for a moment. All that space, all that distance, all those stars. And yet, here you are, a tiny observer made of the same atoms that once blazed. In the hearts of ancient suns, calcium from their ashes forms your bones. Iron from their cores beats quietly in your blood. You are not beneath the stars. You are of them. The Milky Way was not made in haste. It was shaped by time, by patience, by gravity's gentle pull, a force that never rushes, never demands, only waits. And maybe that's something we can learn from it, to slow down, to let the moment gather around us like dust gathering into stars, to breathe, to let silence become our orbit. Because somewhere, light years away, a new star is being born right now, and another is quietly fading. Both parts of the same endless rhythm, creation and rest, rise and fall, light and quiet. It's the same song the universe has always sung. And as you listen, perhaps you can feel it too, the low hum of existence beneath all thought, the Milky Way awakening, not in fire or noise, but in silence so deep, it becomes peace. So tonight, as you drift between awareness and sleep, remember, you are traveling through this spiral of light, this ancient home of stars, It moves gently, endlessly, carrying you through time, as softly as a mother carries her child. And when you finally close your eyes, the galaxy keeps turning, quietly, beautifully, as if whispering to you, you are safe. You belong here. You are starlight, still remembering how to shine. Now, imagine yourself drifting above the Earth, far beyond the clouds, past the thin blue line of atmosphere. The night around you is vast and gentle, filled with a quiet light that stretches in every direction. You're no longer standing on a planet. You're floating inside the Milky Way, a grand spiral of stars and dreams. From this distance, the galaxy unfolds like a luminous seashell, each arm curling inward toward its glowing heart. The arms shimmer in soft ribbons of blue, white, and gold, made of billions of suns, each one a small fire, a heartbeat in the dark. The Milky Way spiral is not rushed. It turns with the patience of eternity, a single rotation taking hundreds of millions of years. And yet, every moment, it moves gracefully, invisibly, held together by gravity's quiet hand. Listen closely. Can you sense it? The rhythm between stars, the silent current that keeps them dancing in formation, is not unlike the rhythm of your own breath. Expansion and return, motion and rest, light and shadow. Somewhere, among the bright lanes of the Sagittarius arm, our sun drifts gently, carrying Earth and every living thing through the spiral's glow. We orbit the galactic center together, not racing, not fighting, just flowing, like leaves in a cosmic stream. It's strange, isn't it, to think that everything you've ever known, every mountain, every memory, every quiet cup of coffee and soft goodnight, is part of a spiral that's been turning since before the Earth was born. And yet, in its endless motion, there's no chaos. There's only grace, a harmony so vast, our minds can only taste its edges. The stars themselves are not scattered randomly. They gather, form clusters, align along invisible trails. Each one follows the pull of another, each path curving into the next. A choreography written by the laws of physics, but performed like poetry. In one spiral arm, young stars ignite, radiant blue, bold, and new. In another, older stars fade to soft gold, their light gentle like lanterns in mist. Between them, great clouds of gas and dust drift, waiting to give birth again. The Milky Way, in truth, is alive with cycles of creation, a dream that never ends. If you were to fly outward, far enough to see it all at once, you might notice that it resembles something familiar. A whirlpool, a seashell, a fingerprint, patterns that echo themselves. In water, in wind, in galaxies, and perhaps even in you. Because deep within your body, within every cell, the same physics that shapes galaxies, shapes your heartbeat too. The same balance of motion and stillness, of pull and release, of order within mystery. So when you gaze at the Milky Way on a clear night, or simply close your eyes and imagine it, you're not just looking at the stars. You're remembering a pattern that you already know, a spiral of becoming, a shape that connects you to everything that ever was and everything that will be. Let that thought settle in you, like starlight settling on calm water. The galaxy keeps spinning slowly, quietly, its arms sweeping through the dark with infinite patience. And as it moves, it carries you and me and every dream humanity has ever dreamed. So breathe again, slowly. Feel the quiet pull of gravity, the deep rhythm of the spiral. You're not separate from it. You are inside the dance, a note in its endless song. Now, we turn our attention homeward, to the quiet heart of our days, the small, golden star that has watched over us. Since the beginning, the sun, our gentle star, neither too bright nor too faint, just enough, like a warm voice in the silence of space. It burns with steady patience, fusing hydrogen into helium, a simple act repeated for billions of years. Every second, it releases the light. That becomes morning on Earth. Yet in the vast silence of the galaxy, it is but a whisper, one among hundreds of billions of stars, shining softly in a spiral sea. The sun was born, like all stars, from a cloud of gas and dust. It began as a gathering, a slow inward pull of invisible threads. Gravity, gentle and constant, drew the particles close, compressing them until they glowed. First faintly, then fiercely, a star awakening in the arms of its mother galaxy. And though it burns with immense power, it does not rage. Its fire is calm, its light measured, a perfect balance between expansion and restraint. Like the breath you take now, a pulse of life held steady by unseen harmony. Our sun carries us on a long, graceful journey. Around the center of the Milky Way, one full orbit takes 230 million years. That means in all of human history, we have not yet completed even one revolution. Around the galaxy's heart, we are travelers, moving through a landscape of light, so vast it humbles the imagination. Yet, to us, the sun feels close, personal, even tender. It touches the oceans, the trees, our skin. It wakes the day and warms the seed, turns mist into rain, and whispers to every living thing. You may grow now. Have you ever watched the sunlight through a cup of coffee? The way it glows amber at the edge? That light began its journey in the core of the sun, hundreds of thousands of years ago, before escaping into space, and finally landing here, on your table, in this moment. Each photon, a traveler of time, bringing warmth from the heart of a star. And though the sun burns relentlessly, it is also fragile in its beauty. One day, billions of years from now, it will fade, swell, and rest, its life return to the cosmos, as dust and light, so that new stars, new worlds, may someday form from its remains. But that is far, far ahead. For now, the sun simply lives, quietly, consistently, turning chaos into radiance. When you feel its warmth on your skin, you are touching ancient fire. When you close your eyes under its glow, you are wrapped in a story that began long before human memory. The sun does not speak, but it teaches. It teaches presence, patience, steadiness. It reminds us that to shine is not to burn wildly, but to endure gently, to give light without haste, to warm without demand. So as you breathe again, perhaps a little slower now, imagine that warmth, steady, golden, and kind, flowing through you, is the same light that feeds forests, that paints sunsets, that stirs oceans and dreams. The same light that once lit the first dawn on Earth. And tonight, as you rest, the sun continues to shine, somewhere beyond the curve of the planet, waiting to rise again. It does not hurry. It simply waits, burning softly in the velvet dark, a promise of warmth that never ends. And if you listen closely, not with your ears, but with the quiet part of your heart, you might hear it whisper, "I am here. I'm steady. I'm your light." Now, let that warmth drift through you, like sunlight through morning mist. You're safe beneath its glow. You are carried by its light, through the turning arms of the galaxy. Sleep if you wish. The sun will keep its watch, and when you wake, it will be waiting, gentle, golden, and new once more. And as the sunlight drifts outward, leaving the soft blue of Earth behind, its golden breath touches other worlds. One by one, the planets begin to glow, each turning slowly in its own rhythm, each carrying a quiet story through the dark. The solar system, seen from afar, is a delicate clockwork, a handful of worlds suspended in infinite silence. Yet silence in space is never empty. It hums, it vibrates, it whispers. Every planet sings its own song, not with air or wind, but through magnetic fields, through the language of charged particles and light. Jupiter's voice rumbles like a deep ocean storm, a low, rolling thunder of radio waves. Saturn murmurs in shimmering tones, its rings flickering like crystal chimes. Even our Earth hums softly, a quiet chorus of auroras and lightning, rippling through the invisible air around her. Scientists have captured these whispers, translating them into sound we can hear. And when you listen, it feels less like hearing and more like remembering. as if these voices have always been with us, just beyond the edge of awareness. The space between planets is vast, but not barren. It is filled with the breath of the sun, the solar wind, streams of charged light flowing endlessly outward. Each planet moves within that current, feeling its touch, responding in kind. It is a slow, graceful conversation, older than life itself. Mercury, the swiftest, dances closest to the sun, its surface blazing with light and shadow. Venus, wrapped in clouds of gold and acid, spins in quiet defiance, turning backwards, a planet that moves to its own music. Then comes Earth, alive and breathing, with oceans that sing and forests that sigh. Beyond her, Mars turns in dusty solitude, its red sands whispering memories of water and time. Farther still, Jupiter guards the system like a great, patient elder, its storms swirling for centuries without rest. Saturn circles in grace, its rings shimmering like frozen echoes of creation. And beyond them, the dim lanterns of Uranus and Neptune drift, spinning slowly in the deep cold, their blue light fading into distance. Each world holds a story of movement, of sound, of quiet persistence. Together, they weave a song so subtle that it can only be heard when the heart itself is still. The planets do not speak with words, but their patterns are poetry, orbital harmonies, ratios of time and motion that form a kind of celestial rhythm. It's as if the solar system itself breathes, in a slow pulse measured not in seconds, but in centuries. When we look at them, through telescopes or through dreams, we're not outsiders peering in. We are part of the same conversation, made from the same dust, carried by the same sunlight, bound by the same quiet gravity. And in that stillness, if you listen with the patience of space itself, you may hear it, a faint vibration like wind over glass, like the soft hum of the universe thinking. Between the planets, between each orbit and pause, lies a space for wonder, a silence that is not absence, but communion. The sun continues to breathe its golden wind, and the planets continue to turn, each in their path, each whispering softly into the dark. I am here. I am listening. I am part of the song. And so the whispers of the planets fade, until once again, our orbit brings us home, back to the small blue world that drifts quietly in the golden light. Our Earth. From afar, she looks delicate, like a marble wrapped in mist, turning slowly in the soft wind of the sun. But up close, she breathes. Her oceans rise and fall. Her forests murmur in the language of leaves. And her mountains hum with the memory of the stars. Because every atom of her, and every atom of you, once belonged to something older, something that burned bright and died beautifully. The iron in your blood, the calcium in your bones, the carbon that shapes your heart, they're all ancient, forged in the cores of long-gone suns, carried across space in clouds of dust, and gathered at last in this quiet place we call home. Every night, the Earth is showered with that same stardust still, tiny grains drifting down through the atmosphere, falling unseen onto oceans and cities, onto forests and sleeping faces. Each day, about 100 tons of cosmic dust settles softly upon her surface, a fine golden mist of eternity, falling gently, silently, without end. It is strange, isn't it, to think that the night sky doesn't just shine above us. It touches us. It settles on our skin, on the quiet surface of lakes, on the petals of flowers that close before dawn. In that dust lies a record of time. Tiny pieces of asteroids, frozen whispers of comets, fragments of distant stars that died before Earth was even born. And somehow, in that silent rain of cosmic ash, life began. Perhaps it started as a spark, a meeting of chemistry and chance, of heat and patience. Perhaps it was the universe's way of remembering itself in a new form. Whatever it was, it began here, on a world wrapped in the dust of creation. Over eons, the planet learned to breathe. Rain fell, oceans formed, and light began to shimmer through the waves. From the smallest of beginnings, life grew, cells dividing, patterns forming, softly, persistently, as if guided by an invisible hand. And through it all, the earth held us, like a cradle woven of rock and sky, turning gently beneath the Milky Way, a living planet that listens, that remembers, that dreams. When you walk outside at night and feel the air on your face, you are touching something sacred. You are feeling the same wind that carries starlight, the same dust that once formed suns. Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine that dust settling slowly through the dark, each particle a spark of memory, a fragment of infinity coming to rest upon your skin. It carries no sound, no hurry, only the calm assurance that you're made of everything that ever was. The Earth, in her quiet orbit, collects these fragments endlessly, gathering the universe into her arms, turning it into forests, rivers, laughter, breath. And when you breathe out, you give some of it back, a soft exchange between body and cosmos. This is how the universe speaks now, through you, through the rhythm of your pulse, through the warmth of your skin, through the quiet awareness that you belong here. The dust that built the stars has built you too, and in this moment, beneath the soft curve of the Milky Way, you are home, cradled in the same dust that dreams of becoming light again. When the stars finish their quiet songs, their light begins to gather, flowing together in a broad, silken band that stretches across the night sky. It is the Milky Way, seen from within itself, a river of light winding through the dark. If you step outside on a moonless night, away from the hum of cities and time, and look upward, you might see it, a soft, hazy stream, as if someone spilled milk across velvet. That is no illusion. That is the heart of our galaxy, the bright plain where billions of stars drift in quiet formation. Each shimmer, each delicate fleck of light is a world, a sun, a memory of creation still burning after billions of years. Together, they form a luminous current, flowing slowly around the galactic core, a cosmic river that never ends, never repeats, but always moves with patient grace. If you could float above the galaxy and look down, you would see its spiral arms sweeping outward, like tides frozen in motion. From where we stand, we gaze along that plane, looking through layer upon layer of starlight and dust. The glow we see is the combined breath of hundreds of billions of suns, woven through with dark filaments of gas and shadow. The ancient Greeks thought it was the path of the gods. Others called it the backbone of night, the bridge between the living and the eternal. But now we know it is the view from inside a galaxy, our home adrift among countless others. Still, science does not steal its magic. If anything, it deepens it, because to know that we are part of this vast, luminous river is to feel wonder made real. Each time you look at that pale arc, you're seeing not one place, but billions, each a potential sunrise, each a story waiting to be written. There is dust there too, dark clouds that block the light, veiling the bright core from our view. But even that darkness glows faintly, warmed by the stars behind it. It is the galaxy's breath, rising and falling over ages, sculpting the arms that cradle us now, in that immense stream of radiance. Our sun is a single spark, carried along in the slow current, like a golden leaf drifting in twilight water. We move through the galactic plane together, Earth, Moon, and every living thing, following an orbit so vast that human history barely marks its beginning. Imagine that motion, a billion stars circling the center, each with its own rhythm, each bound by the same invisible pull. It's not chaos, it's harmony, a grand, cosmic tide that flows without end. And just as rivers carve valleys, the Milky Way shapes everything within it. Stars are born in its currents, planets gather in its eddies, and comets drift like drifting foam upon its surface. We are carried within it too, without effort, without pause, borne along by a current we can neither see nor escape. If you could listen to the galaxy, not with ears, but with your whole being. You might hear the soft sound of light moving, a shimmer, a hum, the quiet sigh of billions of suns flowing through time. It is the same rhythm that beats in your pulse, the same pattern that breathes in the ocean's tide. For we are made of the river and the light, and both are always in motion. So when you find yourself beneath a dark, open sky, and that band of silver spills above you, pause, let it wash over your thoughts, slow your heart, and remind you, you are not standing beneath the Milky Way. You are inside it, drifting with it, part of its endless river of light. Between the rivers of starlight, there lies something softer, not empty space, but a quiet mist, the breath of the galaxy itself. These are the interstellar clouds, the drifting nurseries of creation. They move like smoke through the vastness, woven from the tiniest grains of dust and the coldest whispers of gas. To the naked eye, they seem like shadows, dark shapes blotting out the stars. But within those shadows, something sacred stirs. Every speck of that dust is the seed of a world yet to come. Hydrogen gathers with helium. Atoms meet and cling, and over millions of years, the weight of their togetherness becomes light. A star is born. Inside these clouds, gravity hums its patient song, drawing matter inward, until pressure awakens fusion. The first flicker of heat, the first heartbeat of a sun, all begin in silence, hidden deep in the cold. From that glow, planets will gather like children around a fire, their orbits sculpted by the warmth of new light. Rings, moons, oceans, all of it, emerging from the dust that once floated nameless, adrift between the stars. If you could drift among these clouds, you would see colors invisible to the waking eye. The red shimmer of hydrogen, the faint blue of scattered light, the ghostly green of carbon molecules, forming in the dark, each hue a note, each filament a phrase, in the galaxy's slow, ongoing hymn of becoming. Astronomers call them nebulae, Latin for clouds, but they are more than that. They are memory made visible, the remnants of stars that have died, their ashes cast outward, to one day form new suns, new lives, new wonder. You too carry their dust, the calcium in your bones, the iron in your blood, the oxygen you breathe, all born in the furnaces of long-dead stars, scattered into space, and gathered again into the shape that now breathes and listens. When you inhale, you take in molecules that once floated. Through these same interstellar clouds, the universe does not forget. It recycles its beauty, reforges its light, and gives it back to itself. Over and over again, the next time you see an image of the Orion Nebula, or the Great Horsehead drifting through cosmic mist, know that those colors are not decoration. They are history, written in gas and time. They are what you once were, and what you will be again, not in form, but in essence. For dust never truly dies. It only changes shape. Today it may rest in a nebula. Tomorrow it may blaze within a star. And someday it may cool again into stone, water, or you. In this cycle, there is no ending, only transformation. The interstellar clouds are not empty. They are promise. They are the stillness before light, the breath before creation. And as the galaxy turns, they drift slowly through its arms, carrying with them the raw ingredients of everything beautiful, waiting quietly for gravity to call them home. At the center of the Milky Way, beyond the silver river of stars and the drifting clouds of dust, there lies a darkness, not an emptiness, but a presence so dense, so quiet, that even light cannot escape its pull. It is called Sagittarius A*, the supermassive black hole, the hidden heart of our galaxy. From where we are, 26,000 light-years away, it cannot be seen with human eyes, yet its influence shapes everything. Every star, every orbit, every faint wisp of gas that drifts in the galactic plane, all dance to its silent rhythm. It does not devour the galaxy, as some once feared. It anchors it. It holds the spiral arms in their long, slow sweep, guiding the Milky Way's motion, like a conductor who never speaks, only gestures through gravity. Around it, Stars move at impossible speeds. Some complete their orbits in mere decades, swinging through space at millions of miles per hour, their paths curved by a force unseen but absolute. To them, the black hole is both danger and devotion, a pull that defines their existence, that reminds them of where they belong. What we call a black hole is not a hole at all. It is a place where matter becomes memory, where time itself bends inward, folding like silk in a slow current. At its center lies the singularity, a point so dense that the known laws of physics fall silent. Here, space and time cease to behave the way they do anywhere else. And yet, even this is not destruction. It is transformation. The material that falls inward heats to brilliance before it disappears. A final blaze of energy, spinning in bright ribbons of plasma, that twist around the black hole's edge, forming what scientists call an accretion disk. It glows in X-rays and radio waves, a crown of light surrounding perfect darkness. If you could stand far enough away and watch, you would see beauty beyond imagining. A whirlpool of starlight, colors bending around the curve of space-time, as gravity paints with light itself. And deep within that swirling silence, there is peace. Because in the stillness of the black hole, everything slows. Every photon, every particle, every fragment of time finds rest. We often fear the dark because we cannot see within it. But in the galaxy's heart, darkness is not cruel. It is patient. It holds. It gathers. It keeps balance. Perhaps that is what the universe teaches. That even in places where light cannot shine, there's still purpose, still order, still awe. Our galaxy turns once every 230 million years. And all the while, this quiet giant waits at its center, motionless, anchoring the spiral arms, like a pearl at the heart of a vast, unseen shell. When astronomers finally captured its image, a faint ring of fire surrounding a shadow, it was not fear they felt, but reverence. For the first time, humanity had seen the outline of the unseeable, had glimpsed the calm center, around which everything we know revolves. And maybe that's what Sagittarius A** reminds us, that stillness and gravity are not opposites of creation, but part of its design. Even the darkest heart can be the anchor of light. So when you look toward the constellation Sagittarius, where the Milky Way thickens and glows, remember, you're looking toward the center of home, toward the vast, invisible heart that holds us all in its quiet, endless embrace. From the calm gravity of the galactic heart, light unfurls outward, not in straight lines, but in spirals, like ripples frozen in eternity. These are the spiral arms of the Milky Way, vast lanes of stars, gas, and dust, curving gracefully around the center. In a slow, endless turn, we live within one of them, a small spur between the great Sagittarius arm and the Perseus arm, called the Orion arm. It is our neighborhood in the cosmic sea, a narrow bridge of starlight where the sun drifts. At about 828,000 kilometers per hour, it feels perfectly still. If you could see the galaxy from above, you would notice how delicate it looks, its arms glowing faintly blue with newborn stars. While older, golden suns gather toward the core. The spiral arms are not rigid structures, but waves of density, places where material slows and compresses, where gravity encourages stars to form, and then releases them again into the galactic flow. Is not so different from a pattern in water, a wave that moves while the droplets stay behind. The stars are those droplets, passing through the arms, like travelers through a dream. In these luminous corridors, new life begins, nebulae ignite, stars are born, and worlds take shape around them. The spiral arms are the veins of creation, pumping light outward from the heart of the galaxy. Imagine their scale. Each arm stretches for tens of thousands of light years, thick with billions of suns. The spaces between them are not empty, but quieter, fields of cosmic dusk, where the glow fades and starlight becomes memory. Our solar system completes one full orbit around the Milky Way, in about 230 million years. That means that since Earth was formed, we have only circled the galaxy a little over 20 times. Each journey carries us through arms and shadows, bright regions and dark, each orbit a new chapter in the slow story of existence. And still, the pattern remains. The arms do not crumble or drift apart. They renew themselves through the balance of motion and gravity, of collapse and release. In their design, we find the rhythm of the cosmos, an infinite dance where even chaos knows how to move beautifully. If you listen closely, you can almost feel the spiral's pulse, a slow turn beneath your awareness, a gentle current that carries everything forward. We are born into this motion, bound to it by the pull of stars we will never meet. To gaze at a spiral galaxy through a telescope is to look into a mirror, for the same geometry exists within us, in the curling shell of a nautilus, in the pattern of hurricanes, in the twist of DNA. The spiral is nature's signature, the shape of growth, of continuity, of eternal return. Perhaps that is why it feels so peaceful to imagine. The galaxy turning slowly, arms unfurling in soft arcs of light, stars rising and fading, like breathing in and out. It is a kind of cosmic heartbeat, steady and sure, never hurried, and somewhere along one of those arms, in a tiny solar system warmed by a modest star, there's us, drifting in the current of starlight, quietly spinning, held in the pattern of something far older and far more patient than time itself. Beneath the glowing spirals of starlight, beneath the bright rivers of gas and dust, there lies something unseen. It does not shine, it does not reflect, yet it shapes everything. Astronomers call it dark matter, a veil of the invisible, a presence without a face. No telescope can show it to you. It passes through light, through us, through the Earth itself, like a whisper too soft to hear. And yet, its gravity binds the galaxy together, holding stars in their paths, and keeping the spiral arms from unraveling into the void. If we could see dark matter, the Milky Way would not be a thin disk of stars. It would be a great halo, a sphere of shadow and substance, 10 times larger than what our eyes perceive. Every star, every cloud of gas, every drifting world moves within this unseen cocoon. It is, in truth, the galaxy's skeleton, a structure woven not from atoms, but from something older, something unknown. Scientists think that dark matter makes up nearly 85% of all matter in the universe. Everything we can see, the stars, the planets, the nebulae, and even you, is only a thin layer, floating upon a much deeper ocean. When we look at galaxies far away, we see how they bend the light from objects behind them. This bending, called gravitational lensing, is how we know dark matter is there. It pulls and curves light itself, revealing its invisible hand in the shape of what it moves. And yet, despite decades of searching, we have not touched it. We do not know what it is made of. Perhaps it is a new kind of particle, silent and lightless, passing through every breath we take. Perhaps it is a property of space itself, woven into the geometry of existence. But mystery does not mean emptiness. Sometimes what we cannot see is what holds everything together. Like love, like memory, like gravity itself, dark matter is proof that the unseen can be the most real of all. It moves without motion, shapes without form. Its gravity guides the dance of galaxies, curving the universe into patterns of balance and grace. Without it, stars would drift apart, the Milky Way would dissolve, and the cosmos would fall silent. There is comfort in this thought, that even the darkness has purpose, that the unseen gives meaning to what shines. Every spark of light is held by something vast and invisible, a quiet structure that expects nothing in return. When you stand beneath the night sky, you see only a fraction of reality. Between those stars, and beyond them, there is more, an ocean of invisible matter, moving gently through you, through everything you love, through everything that has ever been. And though you cannot feel its touch, you are part of it, woven into the same hidden fabric, moving in rhythm with the quiet pulse of the unseen universe. Beyond the stars, beyond the spiral arms, beyond even the dark matter's unseen embrace, there is something stranger still, something that does not pull, but pushes, something that drives the universe to grow, slowly, gently, like a breath drawn in by eternity itself. This force is called dark energy, the quiet expansion of everything. For a long time, we believed that gravity, the great gatherer, would one day slow the universe down, that after the Big Bang, the stars and galaxies would drift apart, then hesitate, then fall back together in a cosmic sigh. A great collapse called the Big Crunch. But the sky had another plan. When astronomers measured the light from distant supernovae, ancient explosions shining across billions of years, they discovered something astonishing. Those lights were dimmer than expected. The galaxies were not slowing down. They were moving away faster and faster, as if space itself were stretching, accelerating outward into forever. What could cause that? What invisible hand could lift the stars away from each other, gently, yet irresistibly? The answer, we still do not know. We only see its effect, the expansion of the cosmos, carried by something that cannot be seen or measured directly. Dark energy fills the universe like a fine mist of possibility, present everywhere, even here, between the air you breathe and the silence you rest in. It is not made of particles or waves, not bound by gravity or light. It is the energy of empty space itself, the hum of existence that never turns off. And though it makes up nearly 70% of the universe, it does not shout its presence. It whispers. It expands. It moves galaxies as gently as sleep moves through a tired body. Imagine, if you will, the universe as a great web, each galaxy a glowing bead, each thread a connection of gravity and time. Now imagine the web itself, stretching slowly outward, not tearing, but expanding in perfect silence. That is the work of dark energy, a force with no source, a motion without edge. It is strange to think that everything we know, every mountain, every ocean, every heartbeat, every star and galaxy, floats in the smallest corner of a universe ruled by something we cannot see or explain. And yet, there is peace in that mystery, for it reminds us that not everything must be known to be beautiful. Dark energy may be the universe's way of reminding us that growth often happens in silence, that expansion does not always mean chaos, that even what moves apart can still belong to the same whole. If you could listen to the cosmos as it expands, you would not hear a roar, nor a crack, nor a tearing sound. You would hear nothing, just stillness, a quiet, infinite exhale. Every second, space itself grows a little larger. Every moment, the stars drift a little farther apart, carried by a current we cannot feel. And one day, in a future so distant that time loses its name, the galaxies will be too far to see each other. The night sky will fade, until each world lives in its own island of light. But that is not sadness. It is simply the universe continuing its rhythm, the slow dance of beginning and becoming, of expansion and release. We are part of that motion. Every breath, every heartbeat, every passing thought echoes the same quiet force that moves the galaxies apart. Dark energy does not separate us from the universe. It connects us to its unfolding. We, too, are made of the same still power that drives the stars across eternity, a force that asks for nothing, that only expands, endlessly, beautifully, into the calm, infinite dark. In the quiet depths of interstellar clouds, where dust drifts like dreams yet unformed, a faint shimmer begins. It is the smallest flicker of gravity's patience, the slow gathering of light before it learns to shine. This is how every star begins. Within those vast, cold nebulae, atoms pull toward one another, folding inward, tighter and warmer, until the center glows, Hydrogen fuses into helium, and the newborn star exhales its first breath of light. A sun is born, and with it, the promise of warmth, of planets, of life. The universe is full of such beginnings, happening quietly, constantly, across the galaxy. Some stars are massive and bright, burning through their lives in a few million years, while others, small and steady, like our sun, will glow for billions. Their colors tell their stories. The blue stars, fierce and young, burn hottest, their brilliance like a flame that cannot last. Yellow stars, gentle and warm, balance endurance with grace. And red stars, the small, humble ones, live the longest, shining softly for trillions of years. Inside every star, fusion is a heartbeat, a steady rhythm of creation. Each second, millions of tons of matter turn into pure light. And those stars seem unchanging. They are always evolving, always transforming. When a star has burned all its hydrogen, it begins to change shape, to swell and cool. It becomes a red giant, its outer layers expanding like a slow, luminous sigh. Planets that once orbited safely may now drift into that great, glowing sea. But even in its aging, a star is beautiful, painting the sky with colors of surrender. Some stars end gently. When smaller ones like our sun grow old, they shed their outer layers into space, forming delicate clouds of light, planetary nebulae, rings of color that will drift for millennia. What remains at the center is a white dwarf, a diamond of heat and memory, cooling slowly over billions of years. Others end in fire. Massive stars collapse under their own weight, their cores imploding, their outer layers exploding outward in a supernova, a brilliance that can outshine entire galaxies. For a brief, astonishing moment, in that fierce light, new elements are forged. Iron, gold, oxygen, carbon, the building blocks of planets, oceans, and breath. Every atom of your body once lived inside such a dying star. You are the echo of a supernova, a continuation of its radiance. When you breathe, you continue the work it began, the quiet miracle of turning matter into life. And sometimes, when a massive star collapses completely, its core becomes something darker, a neutron star, or a black hole, a new kind of stillness, a continuation of existence in another form. The stars remind us that endings are never truly endings. They are transformations, light becoming dust, dust becoming new light, the universe reimagining itself over and over. So when you look up at the night sky, know that every star you see is living through its own slow story. A birth, a bloom, a fading, a rhythm that has echoed since the dawn of time. And somewhere among them, our sun too continues its patient burning, its light carrying warmth across the void, illuminating a small blue world. With the children of stars, look up and wonder, and remember where they came from. Not every star wanders alone. In the quiet reaches of the galaxy, most suns are born not solitary, but paired, two flames bound together by gravity's gentle pull, turning endlessly around one another. Like dancers tracing circles in the dark, these are the binary stars, the companions of light, partners in an eternal waltz. Some are equals, two bright hearts burning side by side, each lighting the other's face in a rhythm older than words. Others are mismatched, one vast and powerful, the other small and patient. Their orbits a slow conversation between strength and stillness. They do not collide, nor drift apart. They balance, perfectly, delicately, their motion guided by an invisible thread of gravity that neither slackens nor snaps. To watch them is to see harmony made real. Each star curves through space, its path shaped by the pull of the other. Their shared center, the bare center, is an unseen point, a quiet place between them, where their gravities meet in peace, is the pivot of their entire existence, a stillness that allows them to move forever. If you could stand on a planet orbiting such a pair, The sky would never be the same twice. Two suns would rise, sometimes together, sometimes apart, casting shadows in opposite directions, painting the land in layered light. Dawn would be golden, but dusk might fade into silver, a slow blending of radiance and reflection. Some binary stars trade pieces of themselves. When one grows old and expands, its outer layers spill toward the other, forming bridges of glowing gas, streams of matter flowing between them, like luminous silk. This exchange reshapes both lives, turning loss into creation, erosion into renewal. Others circle each other at a distance so vast that their bond seems no more than a memory, a faint thread stretched across centuries. Yet still, they remain connected, each orbit reminding the other that even in separation, they belong to the same rhythm. There are pairs where one has already gone dark, a white dwarf or a neutron star, silent and small, orbiting its brilliant twin like a ghost. Their partnership endures beyond death, a reminder that gravity, like love, does not end when light fades. Sometimes, when these companions finally draw too close, they merge, two stars becoming one, their energies colliding in a single burst of radiance. In that brief, blinding moment, a new star is born, a continuation, not an ending. Astronomers call such unions novae, from the Latin for new. But they are not new stars, truly. They are reborn ones, their light a memory reignited. Across the galaxy, there are trillions of these pairs, twin suns keeping one another company. Through the long dark ages of the universe, they are living proof that even among stars, solitude is not the only story. In their orbits, we find a reflection of something deeply human, the yearning for connection, the beauty of balance, the quiet power of mutual gravity. For even as they burn, as they spin through light and shadow, binary stars never forget their shared center, that invisible heart that keeps them whole. And perhaps, as the galaxy turns and the spiral arms breathe, it is this, the companionship of light, that reminds the cosmos that motion can be gentle, and that even in the vast silence of space, no true harmony ever sings alone. Far from the steady fires of stars, in the dim, whispering reaches between them, lie the gardens of the cosmos, vast clouds of gas and dust, colored by starlight, shaped by time. They are called nebulae, and they are where the universe dreams of beginnings. A nebula is not a single thing. It is many stories woven together, the remnants of stars long gone, the seeds of stars yet to be. Each one is a cradle and a grave, a soft mist of creation and remembrance, folded into the fabric of the galaxy. If you could drift among them, through the violet petals of the Orion Nebula, or the soft blue veil of the Pleiades, you would see no edges, no solid forms, only gradients of light, shifting like smoke in an endless dusk. They are the universe's most delicate structures, yet they are born from the most powerful events: supernovae, stellar winds, and the long sighs of aging stars. When a giant star dies, it sends its outer layers outward, a final exhalation of color and dust. What remains expands into space, carving filaments, ripples, and waves of glowing hydrogen. Over thousands of years, that cloud cools, settles, and begins to gather again. Gravity, ever patient, pulls the atoms closer. The dust thickens, the center warms, and somewhere inside that quiet cloud, a new star flickers awake. This is the rhythm of the nebula, creation through release, life from the ashes of light. Every sunrise on every world has its roots in such a place. The Eagle Nebula holds one of the most haunting sights in the sky, the pillars of creation, towers of gas and dust, sculpted by newborn stars that shine just beyond them. Their light, thousands of years old, filters through the columns, revealing the silhouettes of new worlds in formation. It is a slow, sacred process, as if the universe were painting with breath and time. Elsewhere, The Crab Nebula tells another story, not of birth, but of transformation. It is the aftermath of a supernova witnessed by human eyes in the year 1054. To those who saw it, it was a star that suddenly appeared in daylight, bright as Venus, then slowly fading over months. What remains now is a web of light, an expanding memory, still glowing, still whispering the last words of a dying sun. In nebulae, you can sense the gentleness of destruction, the beauty in impermanence. What was once solid, a star, a world, a moment, becomes soft again, return to the fabric of everything. And in that softness, new possibilities gather, even the dust that floats through space. The fine, dark particles that dim the starlight are remnants of these clouds. That dust, carried by time and gravity, drifts into new systems, settling on planets, becoming oceans, mountains, and perhaps, someday, the breath of another living being. So when we gaze upon a nebula through a telescope, we are looking at the universe in meditation, a stillness between endings and beginnings, a vast patience made visible. The colors we see, the greens of glowing oxygen, the reds of hydrogen's release, the blues of scattered starlight, are not merely decoration. They are the fingerprints of life in its most elemental form, the chemistry of existence laid bare. Each nebula is a reminder that creation is not a single act, but a continuous gesture, a spiral of becoming, where even in loss, there is renewal. And as you breathe in the quiet night, imagine that somewhere, a new star is being born from the ashes of an old one. Its light will travel for millions of years before it touches another world, perhaps even this one. The universe does not rush. It simply unfolds. And in the slow bloom of its nebulae, we can feel the soft, unending pulse of cosmic grace. At the center of our Milky Way, hidden behind veils of dust and clouds of starlight, lies something quiet, ancient, and powerful, a darkness that glows. It is called Sagittarius A*, the beating heart of our galaxy, a supermassive black hole, for a million times the mass of our sun, but does not roar. It hums, a deep, invisible tone that vibrates through the very structure of space-time, like the lone note of a cosmic cello. You cannot see it directly. No light escapes from its gravity, but you can see the stars that circle it, tracing invisible spirals through the night, their paths curving under a force that cannot be touched or seen. Astronomers have watched them for decades, tiny pinpricks of light dancing around an unseen center, moving faster than thought, their orbits shaped by a presence that bends even light itself. From their motion, we know that something massive, compact, and perfectly silent rests there. A black hole is not an object in the way a star is. It is a region of pure gravity, a fold in the universe's fabric so deep that time itself slows as it passes by. To fall toward it is to fall into forever. And yet, there is beauty here. Around Sagittarius A*, matter swirls in luminous ribbons, heating, glowing, spiraling inward. It forms a bright accretion disk, a whirlpool of light dancing at the edge of oblivion. Just before it crosses the event horizon, it shines brighter than any star, a final, magnificent flare, before becoming part of the unseen. It is strange how something that devours light can help galaxies form, for without the gravity of such giants, our Milky Way might never have gathered its stars at all. They are both destroyers and sculptors, keepers of balance in a universe that never stops creating. We used to imagine black holes as monsters, devourers of everything that dares to come near. But now we understand them more as architects of order, anchoring galaxies, stirring the cosmic gas that seeds new stars. Even in their darkness, they give shape to light. Sagittarius A*, sits quietly, turning slowly at the center of our galaxy's spiral. From our little planet, 26,000 light-years away, we cannot feel its pull directly. But everything you see in the night sky, every cluster, every glowing arm of the Milky Way moves in response to its presence. It is the silent center around which all else turns. Imagine, for a moment, that you could float near that heart. The stars around you would streak like comets, their light bending and curving through warped space. You would feel no wind, no sound, only the deep stillness of gravity itself, a presence vast and gentle, like the pause between breaths. And if you listened, perhaps you could sense that even this darkness is not an end, but a transformation, matter that falls and does not vanish from existence. Its energy ripples outward, its influence eternal, woven into the structure of the cosmos. We live far from that center, in one of the spiral arms, a quiet suburb of stars. Yet the pulse of Sagittarius A** reaches us still, not as light, but as balance, as the steady rhythm that keeps the galaxy turning. In the stillness of night, when you look toward the constellation Sagittarius, you are gazing, unknowingly, toward that invisible heart. It does not call out, it does not shine, and yet everything around it moves in harmony with its silence. Even the galaxy breathes, it seems, in time with that gravity. So rest, and let your thoughts drift like starlight toward that quiet center, for the same laws that hold the stars in orbit also cradle you. The same gentle gravity that shapes the Milky Way guides every heartbeat, every breath, every dream toward stillness, toward balance, toward peace. Between the galaxies, where the stars grow faint and the night deepens into true silence, there lies a vast and tender emptiness, the intergalactic medium, a sea so still that even light seems to hesitate as it passes through. It is easy to imagine space as nothingness, a vacuum beyond meaning. But even here, between the galaxies, there is a quiet presence, a scattering of atoms, a thin whisper of gas, the leftover breath of creation. These are the spaces between the songs, the pauses that give the melody shape. For without the emptiness, the galaxies could not shine. They float within this invisible ocean, drifting slowly apart, their light gliding through millions of light years of darkness. Each galaxy, our Milky Way, Andromeda, Triangulum, and countless others, moves through this cosmic current, carried by expansion, anchored by gravity. And sometimes, their paths cross. When two galaxies draw near, they do not collide as solid things do. They pass through one another, their stars rarely touching, but their shapes bending, their arms twisting into bridges of starlight. Gravity weaves them together in a slow, radiant dance that lasts for billions of years. Soon, our own galaxy will join such a dance. Far in the future, the Milky Way and Andromeda will meet. From a distance, it will look like two spirals, reaching toward each other across eternity. Arms stretching, light mingling, until they become one. Astronomers call this future Union Milkomeda, a single, vast galaxy, born from two. But there will be no violence, no sudden flash, just a slow folding together, a merging of stars, a reweaving of time. The night sky then will glow with rivers of light, a tapestry of countless suns intertwined. Even now, there are smaller galaxies around us. The Magellanic Clouds, companions drifting near, their trails of gas and stars, feeding the Milky Way's edges. They are reminders that the galaxy is not alone in the void, but part of family, a community of light, moving gently through the cosmic sea. The space between galaxies is not truly empty. It carries the faint memory of the Big Bang, the afterglow of the universe's first light. It holds magnetic fields that stretch across millions of parsecs, and filaments of matter that form the cosmic web, a grand structure connecting everything, from the smallest cluster to the farthest supervoid. In this web, galaxies are like drops of dew, hanging on invisible threads of gravity, glimmering softly against the vastness. The space between them hums with low, slow energy, a faint radio whisper, the universe speaking to itself in the language of eternity. If you could drift there, between galaxies, beyond the Milky Way's edge, you would see a sight both lonely and breathtaking. No nearby stars, no planetary light, only the delicate shimmer of distant galaxies, each one a swirl of billions of suns. You might feel small, but that smallness would not be frightening. It would be freeing, a surrender to the grand quiet, a recognition that to exist at all is to belong to something immeasurable. The intergalactic void is not a void at all. It is the space where gravity rests, where time stretches its arms wide, and where the next chapter of creation will begin. For in the slow drifting of galaxies, new shapes emerge, clusters forming, merging, growing into superclusters and filaments, a cosmic lace expanding through infinity. The universe is not still. It flows, it breathes, and we, tiny, luminous beings, on a small blue world, are part of that flow. Between the galaxies, between the breaths of stars, there is always movement, slow, graceful, eternal. It is the river of existence, the quiet current that carries all things forward. Even the light you see tonight once drifted through that darkness, crossing the spaces between to find your eyes and remind you that even in the vastness, you are never truly apart from the whole. Imagine the universe not as emptiness, but as a living tapestry, woven from invisible threads of gravity, stitched together by light and time. This is the cosmic web, the grandest structure ever known, stretching across billions of light years, binding galaxies, clusters, and filaments into one vast, intricate design. From afar, if one could step outside the universe and look back, it would appear like a glowing lace of galaxies, interconnected by faint bridges of matter, each filament shimmering with the gentle pulse of creation. And between those filaments, enormous voids, regions so vast and empty that entire clusters of galaxies could vanish within them. Yet even the voids are part of the pattern. They're the quiet pauses between the cosmic notes, the silence that give shape to the song of everything. The web was born in the earliest moments after the Big Bang, when matter was still young, a mist of particles, rippling with tiny fluctuations in density. Over time, gravity began to tug gently at those ripples, drawing matter into filaments and nodes, forming the first seeds of galaxies. Billions of years passed, and those faint filaments grew stronger. Streams of gas and dark matter, feeding the galaxies like veins nourish a living being. The universe became a body of sorts, each galaxy a cell, each filament a vessel, through which gravity flows. And though it is invisible to the human eye, the cosmic web can be traced by light, by the faint glow of distant galaxies, by the absorption lines they leave in the spectra of even more distant quasars. Astronomers map it, as if tracing constellations across a higher dimension. Each filament connects to another. Each cluster hums softly with the mass of 1,000 suns. In the heart of those intersections, where the web's threads meet, galaxies are born in abundance. Stars ignite like sparks in a forge. Planets form in swirling disks. And perhaps, somewhere, life looks back in wonder, just as we do now. If you could drift through that web, floating between the filaments of dark matter, you would see a beauty unlike any other, a network of faint golden streams, each one pulsing slowly, like the veins of a sleeping giant. Galaxies would hang along them, like beads on a string of light. It is not chaos. It is harmony on the grandest scale imaginable. Even the spaces between, the voids, are necessary. Without emptiness, there could be no contrast, no structure, no form. The universe, like all things, needs both presence and absence to exist. And though we are so small within it, our atoms remember this pattern. The same laws that shaped the cosmic web also shaped the spiral of DNA, the whirl of a seashell, the swirl of a storm. The geometry of creation repeats itself, from the vast to the intimate, from the infinite to the fragile. Perhaps that is why, when we look at the night sky, we feel a quiet recognition, a sense that we are not just observers, but participants in a larger rhythm. The cosmic web is the skeleton of the universe, the silent scaffolding upon which galaxies build their light. And yet, it is also a metaphor for connection, for balance, for the unseen ties that hold all things together. We live in one of its threads, a tiny spiral of stars, nestled along a filament of the Milky Way. Our lives, our stories, our breaths, all suspended in this immense network, woven together by forces both visible and invisible. So when you close your eyes tonight, imagine that you are floating within that web, weightless, peaceful, surrounded by the faint glow of galaxies far away. Feel the stillness of the void, the gentle pull of gravity, the soft hum of light traveling endlessly. Everything is connected. Every heartbeat, every thought, every photon, every star. The cosmic web does not end at the edge of the universe. It continues within you, a reflection of the same pattern, an infinite design, woven through all that exists, quietly, gracefully, forever. Light is the oldest traveler. It has no mass, no rest, no home, only motion. It was born in the first moments of time, and it has been moving ever since, crossing the ocean of space, like a message that never stops being sent. Each particle of light, each photon, is both a wave and a whisper, a shimmer that carries the memory of where it began. When a star ignites, it releases them in uncountable numbers, tiny bursts of brilliance that race outward in every direction. Some will be absorbed by dust, some will scatter, and a rare few will travel for billions of years to reach the eyes of someone looking up on a quiet night, a cup of coffee cooling beside them. Perhaps one of those photons left a distant galaxy before the Earth had even formed, crossing time itself to find you now. You see it as a star, but it is more than that. It is a story that has been traveling since before memory began. Light does not age as we do. For a photon, time does not flow. It experiences the universe as a single moment. The instant it was born and the instant it arrives are the same. To light, there is no journey, only presence. That is why light is both eternal and fleeting. It exists everywhere and nowhere, always moving, never resting. It is the purest expression of energy, and yet it carries emotion too. A sunrise feels different from starlight, though both are born of the same fundamental dance. When light meets matter, it transforms. It warms a planet, feeds a leaf, creates color, gives life to vision. Every shade you see, every reflection in water, every glint in an eye, is light choosing a moment to stop, just long enough to become beauty. Some photons are ancient beyond imagination. They were released when the universe was young, in the first few 100,000 years after the Big Bang, when light could finally move freely through space. Those same photons now form the cosmic microwave background, the faint afterglow that fills all directions, a soft, ghostly warmth left behind by creation itself. When astronomers map that light, they see the first ripples of structure, the earliest imprints of everything that would one day become galaxies and stars and us. To look at that background is to look into the universe's baby photo, a portrait made of light that has never stopped traveling. It hums softly in every inch of sky, even in the darkest night. The silence you feel when you look up is filled with its gentle echo. Light also marks the edges of what we can know. No signal can move faster. No information can outrun it. That is why astronomers speak of a cosmic horizon, a boundary defined not by walls, but by time itself. Beyond that horizon, light has not yet had time to reach us. There are galaxies we will never see, worlds we will never know, because their light has not and may never arrive. And yet, this limit is not a prison. It is a promise, a reminder that the universe is still unfolding, that even now, new light is on its way, crossing vast distances to meet our gaze in the far future. When you watch a sunrise, you're seeing photons that left the sun 8 minutes ago. When you look at the North Star, You are seeing it as it was centuries past. And when you gaze toward the faintest galaxies, at the edge of the observable sky, you are witnessing the ancient light of beginnings. Every flicker, every beam, every shimmer that touches you is a small act of connection, a gift from somewhere beyond time. Light does not simply illuminate, it remembers. It carries the stories of stars that no longer exist, of worlds long vanished, of nebulae that once bloomed and faded. And yet, their light remains, alive, traveling, telling their tale to anyone willing to listen. So when the day ends, and the night settles softly around you, pause for a moment before you close your eyes. Let your thoughts drift into that glow that has crossed billions of years to reach this one evening. The universe has been sending light for as long as it has existed. And tonight, it arrived here, in this quiet room, in this breath, in this peace. Light, in its endless journey, has found you. Between the stars, in the soft twilight of nebulae and interstellar clouds, there drifts something small, so small that even a beam of light can slip past it unnoticed. Tiny particles of cosmic dust, older than any world, wiser than any flame. They float like slow snow, each grain a memory of something that once burned. The ashes of ancient stars, the quiet remains of creation's fire. To most, the word dust sounds like decay. But in the language of the cosmos, dust is a promise. It is the raw material of everything that can be touched and everything that can dream. These grains are made of silicates, carbon, ice, simple things, and yet from them arise the most complex. They gather in the cool darkness of molecular clouds, coating themselves with frozen gases, clinging together in fragile clusters until gravity whispers and they begin to fall toward one another. In time, those motes of dust become pebbles, then stones, then planets, and somewhere on one of those planets, life begins, a flicker of consciousness built from stardust. You're made of that same dust. Every atom of your skin, your bones, your breath, was once scattered in space, part of a star that lived and died long before Earth was born. You carry within you the carbon forged in a red giant's fading light, the oxygen blown free by a supernova, the iron that once glowed in a stellar heart. And when you exhale, the carbon dioxide you breathe out may one day drift upward, rising slowly through air and cloud, returning to the sky, joining the cycle once more. Even dust has purpose. In the spaces between stars, these fine particles serve as shadows and mirrors. They block starlight, painting the dark patches of the Milky Way, and yet they also reflect it, making the delicate blue shimmer of reflection nebulae, the gentle glow that softens the edges of night. Sometimes dust falls into the light of a newborn star and burns again, sparkling for a moment before it melts back into the air of space. Sometimes it drifts endlessly, waiting for a new home, a new orbit, a new beginning. Astronomers can see it through infrared eyes, a faint warmth where visible light cannot reach. It glows softly, as if remembering the heat of the stars that made it. Each speck is a tiny archive of time, a grain that holds within it the record of the universe's unfolding. And when that dust gathers into comets, I see archives wandering through the solar system. They bring with them the same molecules that built oceans and life. Water, methanol, amino acids. Simple ingredients, but combined in the right places, they form the foundation of everything that breathes. So, perhaps it is not only poetry to say we are made of stardust. It is science and comfort, for it means we are not separate from the cosmos, but continuous with it. What burns returns. What drifts becomes. Even when you wipe dust from your window in morning light, remember, you are touching the same matter that once circled the first stars, that will someday join the next. The same dust that now lies silent on your table, once danced in the glow of the Milky Way's birth. We think of the universe as vast and distant, but its smallest pieces live in us. Each heartbeat is a ripple in the same fabric that holds galaxies together. Each breath carries atoms that have journeyed through stars, through space, through time. So let the thought of dust not be one of endings, but of beginnings. Tiny, delicate, and infinite, the cosmos renews itself in the quietest ways. Even in its smallest particles, it remembers how to create, how to shimmer, how to dream. There are rivers in the sky that no eye can see. They do not shimmer or flow with water, but with something more ancient, the quiet pull of magnetic fields, threading through the fabric of space like invisible silk. Everywhere in the universe, from the hearts of galaxies to the dust between stars, these unseen currents move. They guide particles, shape the birth of stars, and draw elegant curved lines through the emptiness we call void. If you could see them, the Milky Way would not look still. It would look alive, its arms rippling with hidden energy, its clouds of dust dancing along lines of force that twist and weave like strands of cosmic loom. Magnetism is not loud. It whispers. It acts slowly, subtly, yet over millions of years it sculpts the shape of the heavens. It can hold a newborn star in a delicate cradle, or send a jet of light spearing across intergalactic night. In every atom, tiny charged particles spin, and from their motion, a field is born. It is invisible, but it has direction, a sense of order that echoes across scales of existence. The same principle that moves a compass needle moves galaxies. The same invisible hand that aligns iron filings guides plasma clouds near black holes. The universe, in its vastness, is magnetized. When astronomers map these fields, they use polarized light that carries a faint signature of the directions it has brushed against. It is as though photons remember the roads they traveled, each carrying a whisper of the path's magnetic curve. In nebulae, these fields twist gracefully, like wind streams made of starlight. They steer the flow of gas, deciding where new stars will form and where darkness will remain. The birthplaces of suns are not random. They follow the invisible rhythm of magnetism. On Earth, you can feel its echo too. The same cosmic law that bends particles near distant stars shapes our auroras, those silent curtains of green and violet that ripple across polar skies. Charged particles from the sun spiral along Earth's magnetic field lines, painting the air with light. Each flicker of aurora is a reminder that we are not isolated. We are woven into the same web of invisible motion that hums through the galaxy. Even your own body carries traces of this order. The iron in your blood once aligned in stellar cores, where magnetism danced with gravity. In the creation of the elements themselves, when you hold a compass, you hold a relic of the universe's symmetry, a quiet nod from the cosmos, reminding you that the same forces flow within and beyond you. Magnetism and gravity are opposites in temperament. Gravity gathers, it pulls. Magnetism guides, it arranges. One builds the structure, the other weaves the pattern. Together, they choreograph the slow waltz of galaxies, a dance that began long before the first eyes could ever see it. If you could drift far from Earth, into the deep interstellar medium, you would not see these fields, but you might feel them, a faint, almost musical vibration in the emptiness, like the low hum of a distant note that holds the universe together. They're the veins of the cosmos, the flow of quiet order beneath the chaos. And though they are unseen, their touch is everywhere, in the spiral arms of galaxies, in the glow of auroras, in the alignment of dust, in the calm compass of your heart. Perhaps that is what the universe teaches most softly, that even what is invisible can still shape everything we know. So let your thoughts drift along these hidden rivers. Imagine them flowing through the night sky above you, silent, patient, endless, binding star to star, and you to everything. There are sounds the universe makes that no ear can hear, not in air, not in water, but in the fabric of space itself. They are not songs of air pressure or echo. They are ripples in reality, waves that stretch and squeeze, the very shape of existence. We call them gravitational waves. They were once only a whisper of theory, an idea scribbled by Einstein in the quiet solitude of his thoughts. The notion that when great masses move, when black holes merge or stars collapse, the space around them does not stay still. It trembles, it vibrates, it rings. Imagine a stone dropped not into water, but into space-time itself. The ripples spread outward, traveling forever, carrying with them the record of what once happened. In the hidden heart of the cosmos, these ripples are faint, so faint that they stretch a single atom by less than a fraction of its width. Yet they move across billions of light years. Untouched, undimmed, they're the softest signals in existence. And yet, they carry the loudest stories. The collision of black holes, the spiraling death of neutron stars, the pulse of the universe itself. When scientists built the great detectors, LIGO and Virgo, they were in essence building instruments to listen to the universe breathe. Vast tunnels of light and mirrors, so precise they can feel the slightest tremor of space. And when those first waves were detected, it was as if the cosmos finally spoke aloud. It did not shout, it sighed, a low, stretching hum, like the final note of a symphony, played on the strings of existence. For a moment, Earth itself had vibrated with the motion of galaxies. Every gravitational wave tells a story of mass and motion, of beginnings and endings. Two black holes merging in darkness can send a ripple that travels across time, reaching us billions of years later. By then, the event is long over, yet its touch still arrives. Soft, delayed, but unmistakably real. It is strange to think that the universe is full of such music, and that we live within it, unaware. Our planet, our bodies, our breath, all are gently swayed by these unseen rhythms. We are, each of us, tiny instruments resonating to a song that never stops. If you close your eyes and imagine space not as emptiness, but as an ocean, then gravity is its tide, and these waves are its faintest whispers. Some are born from gentle orbits of stars, some from cosmic cataclysms. Together they form a slow, endless hum, the background music of a universe. Even now, that music flows through us. It moves through mountains and seas, through satellites and hearts. It has no sound you can hear, but your atoms remember its motion, for they too are made of space-time, and space-time never forgets. Sometimes, I wonder if this cosmic rhythm is what gives the universe its calm, the pulse that keeps eternity from being silent, a reminder that even the void is alive with gentle movement, that even nothingness can have its own heartbeat. So tonight, as you breathe slowly, as your mind drifts into that quiet between thoughts, imagine those ripples moving softly through you, not to disturb, but to cradle. You are floating in the slow, steady rhythm of the universe itself. It has always been there, a lullaby made not of sound, but of motion, reaching from the deepest corners of space to this very moment. To you, the universe is not still, even in its quietest reaches. Something moves, something vast, invisible, and steady as a heartbeat you can't quite hear. Galaxies drift apart like gentle embers in a dying fire. Space itself stretches, not pushed by wind or motion, but by something far more mysterious. Dark energy. We cannot see it. We cannot touch it. Yet it fills the cosmos, a silent force that urges everything outward, like the long exhale of creation. Once the universe was smaller, denser, bathed in the afterglow of its own birth. Gravity gathered matter together, and for billions of years, it seemed as though the great expansion might slow, might even stop. But the opposite happened. The expansion began to quicken, as if the universe itself had remembered how to breathe again. Dark energy was the name we gave to the unknown, the unseen hand that accelerates the galaxies, stretching the fabric of space at an ever-increasing pace. It is not energy as we know it, not warmth, not light. It is the quiet pressure of emptiness itself, pushing everything apart, and yet leaving behind a strange, tranquil balance. Imagine this. You stand at the edge of a great plain, and every horizon moves slowly away. Not because you walk, but because space itself expands beneath your feet. That is what the galaxies feel, each drifting further, yet never truly moving through space. It is space that moves through them, in a distant future, so distant that no number feels big enough to contain it. The galaxies we see today will fade beyond view. Their light will stretch into wavelengths too long to catch, their brilliance swallowed by the growing dark. Only the closest stars will remain, a few islands of fire in an endless night. But this is not a sad ending. It is simply the universe changing form, exhaling its light, spreading its energy thin, becoming quieter. Even silence can be sacred. Even stillness can be alive. Astronomers call the unknown essence of this expansion the cosmological constant, a term Einstein once created, then abandoned, then rediscovered by time itself. It is the simplest and strangest thing, a constant breath that keeps the cosmos open, infinite, and calm. When we look at the most distant galaxies, we are looking into the past, seeing them as they once were, their light stretched, their stories delayed. But beyond them lies something more profound, the edge of what can ever be seen. Beyond that edge, light has not had time to reach us. And yet, space continues, expanding, softly, without end. Some say dark energy is the whisper of quantum fields. Others say it is geometry itself, a property of nothingness. But perhaps, in a way that science and poetry agree upon, it is the universe remembering its own freedom, an unbound, endless becoming. If you sit quietly tonight, you can almost imagine it, the slow stretching of everything, even the air around you, even the thoughts in your mind, a gentle widening, as though the universe were sighing in contentment. There is peace in knowing that even as everything drifts apart, it all began together, from one spark, one point of radiant density, one shared moment of light. And in that sense, distance does not divide. It connects. For the farther the galaxies move, the more they affirm that the universe is still alive, still breathing, still unfolding, still singing its silent song of expansion. So let that thought settle in you, like a calm pulse beneath the stars. You are part of that motion, that slow, eternal exhale of space and time. And in this endless breath of the void, you too are carried, gently, ever outward, into the quiet infinity beyond. What shape is the universe? It seems like a simple question, and yet, hidden beneath its quiet surface, lies one of the deepest mysteries of existence. When you gaze at the night sky, the stars seem scattered across a dome, infinite and serene. But space is not flat. It bends, curves, and folds around mass and energy, a soft geometry woven by gravity itself. Einstein once imagined space and time as threads of the same fabric, stretching and warping under the weight of stars and galaxies. In that vision, the cosmos is not a stage upon which matter plays, but a dancer, swaying to the rhythm of its own gravity. If you could travel far enough, in a straight line, would you ever return to where you began? If the universe is curved, the answer might be yes. You could sail endlessly and find yourself back home, not by turning, but by following the bend of creation. If it is flat, you would travel forever, never looping back, never reaching an edge, because there are none. And if the universe is open, it will spread eternally, a vast, graceful bloom that never stops unfolding. Astronomers have measured the light of ancient galaxies, the delicate echoes of the Big Bang, the faint patterns left in the cosmic microwave background. And what they find suggests something wondrous. On the grandest scale, the universe is almost perfectly flat. Not a sphere, not a saddle, but something in between, balanced on the fine edge between curvature and freedom. It is as if the cosmos itself chose harmony over extremes, a shape both infinite and finite, bounded and boundless. And yet, even in that near flatness, there are ripples, tiny wrinkles in space-time, like the texture of silk stretched under starlight. Each wrinkle is a memory of quantum fluctuations from the first moments of time, grown vast with cosmic expansion, frozen now into the architecture of the galaxies. When you look at the Milky Way arching overhead, you are seeing part of that geometry, a spiral bound by gravity, floating within a fabric too immense to imagine. We move within it effortlessly, like fish unaware of the sea that holds them. There are no edges here, no center. Every point is as special as any other, and yet, each one is unique, a perspective, a place from which the universe observes itself. The shape of the cosmos is not something we see with eyes, but something we feel, in the way light bends, in the way time flows, in the way gravity gathers and releases. It is geometry made of motion. Even your body participates in it. Every atom curves space a little. Each heartbeat sends faint ripples through the continuum that cradles you. The shape of the universe is written into you, just as surely as it is written into the galaxies. Perhaps that is why we are drawn to symmetry, to circles, spirals, and waves. For somewhere deep within, we remember that the universe itself was born from such forms: the spiral of a galaxy, the curve of a planet's orbit, the arc of a wave. Each one is an echo of the same geometry that holds everything in place. There is comfort in that realization. The cosmos is not random. It is patterned, structured, gentle in its logic. Even its vastness has order, and even its order allows room for wonder. So when you look upward tonight and trace the slow sweep of the Milky Way, remember, you're looking across the curve of forever. The stars are not simply scattered. They are arranged along the contours of a space so vast that its shape becomes poetry. You are within that poem, a single verse, in the geometry of eternity. Time does not move the same everywhere. It drifts, it stretches, it bends around gravity, like a soft current around stones in a quiet river. We think of time as steady, a ticking clock, a metronome of days and nights. But in the deep fabric of the universe, time is alive. It flows differently, depending on where you stand and how fast you move. Near a massive star, time slows. Its gravity grips even the rhythm of existence, pulling on moments, the way light bends around its surface. Far from such weight, in the cold calm between galaxies, time moves freely, a smooth, endless stream, unbroken, unhurried. It is one of the most beautiful truths of physics. Space and time are not separate, but one continuous fabric. To bend space is to bend time. And so every mountain, every planet, every black hole warps the clock of the cosmos. Just a little. If you were to sit on a distant world, orbiting a massive sun, you might watch a clock on Earth and see it tick faster than your own. You might age slower, not by choice, but by gravity's quiet influence. This is not fantasy. It's reality, tested by the tick of atomic clocks and the motion of satellites above our world. The GPS signals guiding planes and ships must correct for the difference between time on Earth's surface and time in orbit. Without those tiny adjustments, our maps would drift into error. Even our technology depends on the rhythm of space-time. Time is not absolute. It is personal, local, intimate. Each of us carries our own flow, our own tempo, like individual streams, branching from the same river. And yet, there is something tender in that variation. The idea that time is as flexible as light, as responsive as breath. The universe does not measure hours and years, as we do. It measures by transformation. The birth of stars, the cooling of planets, the widening of space. Its seconds are centuries, its minutes eons. If you look closely at the night sky, you're looking into the past. The light from a distant star might have begun its journey before humans walked the earth. That light is a time traveler, crossing the slow ocean of the cosmos to meet your eyes tonight. In that sense, you are surrounded by history, by ancient photons, by the remnants of supernovae, by the silent ticking of cosmic clocks. Every shimmer is a record of something that once was, and still is, in the long, unfolding present of the universe. Sometimes I wonder if time itself feels tired, stretching endlessly, carrying the stories of stars and civilizations, never pausing, never repeating, but perhaps it is not weary. Perhaps it simply is a serene and eternal unfolding, a patient keeper of every motion, every breath, and maybe what we call now is only a thin, fragile slice of something infinite, a single frame in the endless film of existence. But that frame matters, for in it, you exist. You, this moment, this heartbeat, this awareness. You are part of the great clockwork, a small but essential movement in the turning of everything. So when you feel the night lengthen and time seem to slow, let yourself move with it, not against it. The stars have been patient for billions of years. You can rest within their rhythm, trusting the gentle pulse. That keeps the universe turning. For time is not a thief. It is an artist, sculpting change, shaping galaxies, etching memory into light. And in its vast, silent ticking, you are both witness and participant, a spark glowing softly in the endless clock of creation. Far beyond the reach of sunlight, beyond the comforting glow of nearby stars, the galaxy drifts in wide, dark seas of gas and dust. They are not empty. They are nurseries, places where new stars are born, where the raw breath of the cosmos gathers and stirs. Astronomers call them nebulae, vast interstellar clouds that stretch for light years, so large they could cradle 1,000 suns. From afar, they appear like mist, gentle, ghostly, spreading tendrils of light across the night. But inside, they are alive with motion, whispers of gravity pulling, molecules colliding softly, atoms binding together in the slow rhythm of creation. Here, in these hidden oceans of gas, time moves differently. There are no sharp sounds, no winds as we know them, only the long drift of hydrogen and helium, the slow cooling of atoms that have been here since the dawn of everything. Every so often, a region of the cloud grows heavy, dense enough for gravity to take hold. It contracts, warms, and begins to glow. That faint shimmer is the heartbeat of a new star. Imagine it, a sphere of fire, forming quietly in the dark, its light still trapped within its shroud of dust. It spins faster, gathers more matter, and soon, its core ignites. Nuclear fusion, the alchemy of the universe, has begun. A new sun is born. Around it, rings of dust begin to swirl. Tiny grains colliding, sticking, growing. Pebbles become boulders. Boulders become mountains. And slowly, a world takes shape. Each planet that will one day orbit this newborn star begins here, as a whisper within a cloud. The same process happened once. For our sun, in a nebula that vanished long ago. Our Earth was built from the dust of that cloud, dust that had once belonged to older stars, now reborn as oceans and stone, mountains and mines. If you could drift inside a nebula, it would not look dark to you. It would glow softly, red from hydrogen, blue from starlight scattering through dust. You would feel as though you were floating through an endless watercolor painting, the boundaries between color and emptiness dissolving. Some nebulae are shaped like ghosts, others like wings, still others like eyes or flowers. They are the universe dreaming in color, each one a slow canvas of gravity and light. And yet, their beauty is not for show. It is the byproduct of becoming. Every spark, every hue, marks a step in the grand cycle of transformation. Gas to light, light to dust, dust to life. These clouds are not silent, either. They hum faintly in radio waves, whispering songs of molecules spinning and vibrating. If you could translate those signals into sound, you might hear something like wind, something like the slow breath of the universe. Between heartbeats, it is easy to forget. When you look up at the calm night sky, that every star you see was once hidden inside such a cloud, concealed, nurtured, prepared for its long and radiant life. And when those stars die, they will return their matter to the same cosmic ocean, to begin again. Birth, death, rebirth. It is all one rhythm, a cycle as gentle as the tide, as patient as eternity. The universe does not rush. It builds slowly, softly, allowing each star, each world, each life to find its own way into being. So when you close your eyes tonight, imagine yourself adrift in that vast nebula, weightless, wrapped in starlit mist. Feel the calm of creation, the serenity of beginnings not yet formed. You are part of that same ocean, a ripple in the same current that gives birth to worlds. And like them, you too are still forming, still gathering light, still unfolding in the quiet, timeless rhythm of the cosmos, in the deepest regions of the universe, where gravity grows wild and time begins to bend. There exist silent wells of darkness, black holes, the strange mirrors of the cosmos. They do not glow, they do not reflect. They consume light itself, swallowing even the stories photons try to tell. Yet somehow, they're among the most luminous things we know, for around their edges, matter shines brighter than anywhere else in the universe. A black hole begins quietly, as a massive star collapsing under its own weight. When its fuel is gone, its light falters, and gravity, unstoppable and unbalanced, pulls everything inward. Atoms, nuclei, even the fabric of space, fall into a single, invisible point, a singularity where all the equations break, where the laws of physics simply stop. Surrounding it is a boundary, a perfect horizon made of light. The event horizon, nothing that crosses it ever returns. No message, no sound, no glimmer. It is not a wall, but a silence, the ultimate one. And yet, the edges of that silence are alive with fury. As matter spirals inward, it heats to unimaginable temperatures, glowing with X-rays and gamma light. What we see as a black hole's darkness is rimmed with brilliance, the last scream of falling stars. If you could hover near one, time would slow to almost nothing. A single second for you could be centuries for those far away. To an outside observer, you would appear frozen, forever falling, never arriving. But to you, the journey would continue, past the horizon, into a place where space and time change roles, and meaning dissolves. Some theories say that inside, the black hole connects to another place, a bridge, a tunnel, a reflection of our universe. On the other side of time, a wormhole perhaps. Others say it simply ends, a perfect compression, a pause in the grand symphony. But even black holes are not truly eternal. They leak faint whispers of radiation, Hawking radiation, a slow, ghostly exhalation, over unimaginable spans of time. They evaporate, fading like the echo of a note. After the music has stopped, in the end, even darkness dies gently. It's humbling, isn't it, that something so powerful, so absolute, is still part of the same cycle as everything else, born burning, collapsing, and fading. And perhaps that is why black holes captivate us. They're not just monsters of gravity, but mirrors. They show us what it means to let go completely, to surrender all form, all certainty, and become something pure. In the way they curve space, in the way they pull time itself, they reveal that reality is flexible, that the universe can twist, bend, fold in on itself, and still remain whole. When you gaze at an image of one, that faint ring of fire, encircling an infinite dark, you're not looking at destruction, you're looking at transformation. You are witnessing the boundary between being and beyond being, where everything known meets the unknown, and somehow, even there is peace. For beyond the noise of collapsing stars, beyond the heat and chaos, the heart of a black hole is utterly quiet. No wind, no light, no motion, only stillness. A stillness so profound, that it holds the memory of everything it has touched, a silence that is not emptiness, but completion. So, tonight, as you sit beneath the stars, imagine that quiet, the infinite calm at the center of everything that falls, not as fear, but as release. For even the darkest part of the cosmos is not the end of light. It is the place where light goes to rest. And in that rest, there is wonder. Everything is moving away, not in haste, not in chaos, but in the slow, quiet rhythm of cosmic breathing. The galaxies, billions of them, drift apart through the dark sea of the universe, their light stretching, their edges fading, into deeper shades of silence. This is cosmic expansion, the grand exhale of existence. Once, long ago, all matter and energy were close, closer than atoms in a molecule, closer than your breath to your lips. Everything that would ever be was folded together in a point smaller than a single spark. Then, in a moment beyond time, it began to expand, not into space, but creating space itself. That moment, the Big Bang, was not an explosion in the usual sense. It was more like a dawn, a bright, silent unfolding, a whisper that became everything, and it never stopped. Even now, the universe continues to stretch, carrying galaxies apart like lanterns, floating on an invisible tide. Every second, the distances grow, the light between them reddens, its wavelength lengthened by motion, turning cooler, softer, older. This redshift, the gentle fading of starlight, is how we know the universe is still growing. Every photon that reaches us has been traveling for billions of years. Its message slowed, its color warmed, its energy spent in a long drift across time. And as space expands, the very rhythm of time itself stretches with it. Each heartbeat of the cosmos lasts a little longer. Each note of its ancient song echoes more slowly until all motion feels like memory. Astronomers tell us that the expansion is speeding up, driven by something mysterious we call dark energy. It is invisible, untouchable, a quiet pressure woven through space, pushing galaxies apart with increasing strength. No one knows what it truly is. It is the whisper between the stars, the tension in the fabric of everything. But means this, that someday, far in the future, the stars of distant galaxies will fade from our sky. Their light will travel forever and never reach us. The night will grow darker, colder, quieter, and yet, that is not tragedy. It is simply the universe continuing its journey, seeking balance in its own vast, gentle motion. It is the nature of existence, to change form, to drift, to become. Our Milky Way, too, will not stay the same. In billions of years, it will merge with Andromeda, a cosmic dance of two spirals, their stars swirling, their black holes circling one another. In slow, patient gravity, from that union, a new galaxy will be born, a single, brighter, larger home of light. So even in expansion, even in separation, there is reunion. Every motion away is also a motion towards something else, a reshaping, a rediscovery. If you close your eyes now, you can almost feel it, the soft pull of the stars, drifting outward, the hum of invisible energy, stretching the very fabric beneath your breath. The universe does not expand into emptiness. It expands into itself, into its own infinite possibility. And within that motion, within that endless widening, we too are carried. Our atoms ride the same current. Our thoughts drift on the same expansion. We are part of the exhale, part of the growing silence, part of the calm. So let yourself drift, as galaxies do, without fear, without urgency. There is no edge to reach, no destination to find, only the slow, ever-deepening rhythm of space becoming more of itself. And perhaps, in that widening stillness, we might understand that to move apart is not to lose connection, but to give everything room to shine. One day, not soon, not for countless ages yet, the stars will begin to fade. One by one, their light will dim, their warmth will wane, until the night sky becomes a deeper, softer kind of darkness. The cosmos will not end in fire, but in hush, a long exhalation, after eons of brilliance. Physicists call it the heat death, but perhaps it is better understood as a cosmic sleep. Imagine it. After trillions of years, the last great stars burn the last of their fuel. The galaxies that once danced together have drifted far apart, their light too stretched to be seen by any eye. Black holes, those silent keepers of gravity, will have swallowed the last embers of matter, then faded themselves, evaporating into quiet streams of ghostly radiation. The universe will cool, atoms will slow, the last traces of motion will dissolve into stillness. And yet, what a peaceful stillness it will be. No chaos, no conflict, no burning, only balance. Every photon spent, every vibration softened, until all of creation rests in the perfect equilibrium of its own long story. Perhaps in that darkness, there will still be echoes, the faint hum of background radiation, the ancient signature of the first light ever to exist. That glow will persist, dim and eternal, a memory of when everything began. And perhaps, in ways we cannot imagine, something new will stir again from the quiet fabric of the sleeping cosmos. Another spark may rise, folding in on itself, igniting a new dawn, another universe, another dream. Science cannot say for certain, but the poetry of existence suggests that nothing truly ends. It only transforms, resting between breaths. Even now, within you, that same rhythm continues. The atoms in your hands, forged in ancient stars, the calcium in your bones, once part of a long-vanished sun. You are proof that endings are beginnings, that the cosmos remembers itself through everything it becomes. So when you look up tonight and see the pale shimmer of the Milky Way, remember, you're not just watching stars. You're watching history, destiny, and yourself. Every flicker above is a whisper of what you're made of. Every beam of light is an inheritance from the first fire. You're older than you think, wiser than you imagine, and more connected to that infinite expanse than words can say. The galaxy will continue to turn, the stars will continue to breathe, and long after memory itself fades, the beauty of this vast unfolding will still echo in the deep, calm pulse of what we once called time. So let yourself rest, as the universe will, without worry, without haste. Let your thoughts drift outward, like dust illuminated by starlight, settling softly into the gravity of peace. For the cosmos is not cold. It is tender. It has always been, and will always be, a cradle of change, a field of dreams, woven from silence and light. And as it slows, as it sighs, as it drifts into its final, gentle sleep, it carries every story, every spark, every heartbeat that ever was, including yours. The universe dreams, and in that dream, you shine still.